Hello, welcome to my reviews. Today we are discuss about the Bright Minds Kids Vault review. Bright Minds Kids Vault is a collection of 109 ready-made kids workbooks and activity books with unrestricted PLR rights. The purpose is straightforward. Instead of spending weeks or months creating an entire children's product catalog from zero, you receive an existing library that can be branded, customized, repackaged, and sold according to the included PLR rights. The product description specifically presents the materials as ready-made resources that can be used, rebranded, resold, bundled, or used as lead magnets. That opens up an unusually large number of possible business models. Imagine starting with a completely empty digital product store. You have no listings, no catalog, no product library, no collection of printable resources. Now compare that with having 109 individual workbooks sitting in your product inventory. You could organize them by age. You could organize them by subject. You could create STEM bundles. You could create social-emotional learning bundles. You could create homeschool packs. You could separate beginner resources from more advanced resources. You could offer individual products and larger collections. You could use selected workbooks as bonuses or lead magnets. The important thing is that you are not starting with a blank page. And for anyone who has ever tried to build digital products from scratch, avoiding that blank page is a massive advantage. Features. The first major feature is obviously the sheer volume. 109 workbooks. This isn't a handful of templates dressed up as a vault. The supplied material actually lists all 109 titles and describes the subjects covered by the individual resources. The variety is where the collection becomes particularly interesting. You have titles such as Kids Amazing Bug World Workbook, Kids Dream Builders Architecture Studio, Kids First Coding Logic Adventures, Kids Mystery Case Detective Workbook, Kids Dino Discovery Learning Adventure, Kids Movie Maker Filmmaking Studio, Kids Thankful Hearts Gratitude Journal, Kids Growth Mindset Challenge Quest, Kids Math Mystery Problem Solvers, Kids Music Makers Exploration Studio, Kids Space Explorer Mission Workbook, and Kids Super Fun Maze Adventure Book. Those titles immediately show how broad the library is. It isn't locked into one narrow educational subject. There are science resources, creative resources, puzzles, coding, emotional development, money skills, study skills, communication, nature, entrepreneurship. The second major feature is unrestricted PLR. This is arguably more important than the number 109. The supplied sales material says buyers can rebrand the resources with their own logo, colors, and voice, sell them on platforms such as Etsy, Gumroad, Payhip, Amazon KDP, and Teachers Pay Teachers. Split them into bundles, create printable activity packs, use them as lead magnets, bundle them with courses or memberships, translate them, and repurpose them for social content. The resources are also described as unbranded, with no watermark and no attribution requirement. Another major feature is delivery. The vault is supplied as an instant digital download. The pages are described as print-ready 8.5 by 11 formats suitable for home printing or KDP, while the files can also be used digitally on phones, tablets, and laptops. There are also no apps, subscriptions, or monthly fees stated for the core offer. That makes the business model considerably easier to understand. Pay once, access the library, customize it, use it according to the license, build your own offers. How does it work? The basic process is refreshingly simple. First, you purchase the vault and receive access to the digital library. Second, you choose the workbooks that fit your intended audience. Third, you customize them. This is where PLR becomes powerful. You don't necessarily have to present the materials exactly as they arrive. You can create your own visual identity around them. You can add your branding, adjust colors, modify the presentation, and organize individual resources into collections that make sense for your customers. Then comes the selling stage. For example, suppose your niche is homeschooling. You could take several science, nature, reading, study, and life skills resources and create themed homeschool packs. If you focus on STEM, you have resources covering coding, architecture, engineering, inventions, simple machines, game design, and science. If your audience is interested in social-emotional learning, There are resources dealing with gratitude, growth mindset, kindness, resilience, self-control, friendship, coping skills, and emotional awareness. If you're building a printable shop, you can sell individual resources. If you're building an email list, selected materials can potentially become lead magnets. The flexibility is the point. Instead of building one product and then figuring out what to make next, you can start with an entire catalog and work backward from your audience. How can you benefit from it? The biggest benefit is time. Time is the resource most new digital product creators underestimate. People think money is the biggest barrier. Often it isn't. Time is. If one workbook requires planning, writing, designing, editing, formatting, creating a cover, and preparing the final files, producing dozens of them becomes a serious project. The Bright Minds Kids Vault essentially removes much of the initial product development workload. That doesn't mean there is no work left. There is still branding, reviewing, customization, listing, marketing, customer service, and platform compliance. But there is a huge psychological difference between I need to create 109 products and I have 109 products I can work with. That difference can determine whether someone actually launches. Another benefit is catalog depth. A single children's printable might generate one listing. A library of 109 resources gives you many possible product directions. This applied material specifically identifies audiences such as Etsy and Gumroad sellers, Amazon KDP publishers, teachers pay teachers sellers, homeschool creators, teachers, tutors, email list builders, course creators, Pinterest creators, parenting bloggers, printable shop owners, and aspiring entrepreneurs. That tells me this isn't merely a product for one type of customer. It is essentially raw inventory for several different digital product strategies. I also like the educational variety. A child interested in dinosaurs can have a dinosaur workbook. A child interested in space can have a space workbook. Another child can explore coding. Another can work on reading comprehension. Another can practice emotional awareness. Another can explore entrepreneurship. The catalog contains titles ranging from Kids Young Entrepreneur Starter Kit to Kids World Cultures Passport Workbook, Kids Memory Muscle Brain Workbook, Kids Volcano Earth Science Explorers, Kids Word Power Vocabulary Builders, and Kids Wildlife Explorer Nature Guide. Pros Cans Pros 109 ready-made workbooks. The volume is the strongest feature. Unrestricted PLR. You can rebrand and resell the materials according to the supplied rights. Wide range of niches: STEM, science, SEL, life skills, creativity, communication, study skills, puzzles, and more. Instant download. There is no waiting for physical products. Print-ready format. The materials are described as 8.5 by 11 and suitable for home printing or KDP. Digital flexibility. They can also be used on tablets and other devices. No monthly subscription. The core offer is presented as a one-time purchase. Very low entry price. At $5. The launch price is exceptionally inexpensive. 30-day money-back guarantee. The sales page states a 30-day refund period. Cons: the first drawback is that PLR is not a magic business button. Having 109 products does not automatically mean you will make sales. You still need to create good listings, understand your audience, choose suitable platforms, and market your products effectively. Second, responsible use matters. The seller explicitly states that buyers are responsible for platform compliance, age appropriateness, advertising claims, and legal requirements, and recommends reviewing the content before distributing it to children. Third, because the materials are PLR, customization is still important if you want to build a distinctive brand. I would not simply dump 109 files into a store and expect the business to build itself. But honestly, none of these objections changes my overall opinion. Thank you offer.